How will you recognize a bewitched person? How will you recognize there's a black magic in one's life? Today, I'm gonna share with you top 20 signs and indicators of a bewitched person. Please bear with me and then you recognize it well. Number one, persistent feelings of sadness and tightness of the chest that sometimes leads to uncontrollable laughter or crying. It's crystal clear that if somebody is under the black magic, he cannot control him or herself, right? Regarding crying, laughing with no any reason. Going to cry, going to laugh with no reason. It's the first sign. Number two, intense physical discomfort or pain, particularly in the stomach. A bewitched person has kind of feeling, bad feeling in stomach. He or she has a stomach ache, right? With no any reason. However, she or he got medical check out, but there is no any reason. There is no any wrong. But here he has some stomach ache. Number three, excessive and irrational fear. Fear itself is not too bad. Everybody has fear. You're afraid of something. You're afraid of some people. You're afraid of some animals. It would be good. But more than this, abnormal fear is a kind of sign for a bewitched person, for black magic. That's why we need to care about that. We need to take over it and, realize that there is something wrong through black magic. And the next one is number five, excessive laziness. If somebody is under the black magic, right, and suffering from black magic, he or she, is really lazy. He is not okay to do something special. He is not okay to work. He is not okay to go out. He is not okay to, participate in some parties and, to participate in some conferences and so on and so forth. Even with family, he is not okay. And the next one, number six, is decreased sexual desire and capability with one's spouse. He has no any feeling towards his or her spouse. It's totally cold, right? There is no any relationship. If I'm telling you about relationship, it doesn't mean that there is zilch, there is zero. No, it means decreasing relationship abnormally. True? Please pay attention to it. And if somebody has such a sign, he has to think about black magic. But in parentheses, dear brothers and sisters, if I'm telling you about 20 signs, it doesn't mean that you need to have all signs completely. No, probably you have some of them, and some of them is not that much, but it's okay. Some of them you have it, but it's really weak. It's okay to recognize there is black magic, right? Let's go. And number 8, intense anger and hatred towards secret places, such as holy shrines, mosques, and so on. If somebody, he's not really interested in going to the holy shrine, if you ask him, let's go to the shrine, let's go to the mosque, let's go to the, Hosseiniya to do, to perform prayer and so on, to worship Allah Azza wa Jal, he's not interested. He says, no, I dislike even. They say, no, I dislike to participate. I prefer to stay at home. Not just for once, because of sometimes even normal people, when they are asked to go to the mosque, they would answer, no, I prefer to stay at home. No, I'm not talking about that. It's crystal clear. I'm talking about, most of time, right? Always, let's say, most of time, they are not interested in going to the holy shrines. Do you know why? Because of atmosphere. He is not under his control. If he says no, if he says I'm not okay to go to the holy shrine, to the mosque, it's not because of it's his decision. No, it comes from another side, which is say it's black magic. Because of atmosphere, it's a spiritual atmosphere. In a spiritual atmosphere, there is a totally light, full of light. It's the light of God. It's the light of Ahlul Bayt. It's a really good feeling for everyone, right? It's full of angels, right? For this reason, if there is an atmosphere, it's an environment for angels, for the light of God, there is no place for darkness. There is no place for jinn. There is no place for black magic. For this reason, if somebody is bewitched, he is not okay to go to such an atmosphere. Number 9, disinterest in remembering and mentioning God. Such a people, such a bewitched guy, he's not okay to listen to Allah's name, even to read Quran, to listen to Quran, even to listen to even Adhan, right? Because of it's the name of God, because of it's the verse of Quran, because of it's the name of Ahlul Bayt. If you remind him that regarding God, regarding fear of God and forgiveness, for example, whatever related to Allah Azza wa Jal, whatever related to Ahlul Bayt, right, to spiritual, to the spirituality, let's say, they stop you, they say, no, please stop it, no need to continue, it's okay for me, I'm not interested enough, please stop it, right? They're afraid of it, Let's continue. Number 10. It's the 10th sign of bewitched person. Forgetfulness and a strong tendency towards isolation. Step by step, they are going to be isolated. Depression comes to them. They have really tendency to be alone. Loneliness is really great to them. Do you know why? There is a reason, there is a logic behind it. What's the philosophy? The philosophy is when you're alone, when you're isolated enough, when there is no any friends and family around you, sudden, and the companion of sudden, that is, let's say, a magician, easily come to you and control you. For this reason, isolation comes to you. For this reason, a bewitched person tries to be alone, because of such a behavior can help them out to be more powerful. And step by step, they are going to grow up, right? To be more powerful and control the guy, control the bewitched person. So, one of the really important and significant sign is isolation. The next one, number 11, experiencing strange occurrences at home. Most of the time, they see something that a normal people cannot see it. What does it mean? It means they see, for instance, some smoke. They see, some shadow, right? They see somebody even there. When they say, hey, I can see somebody there, you say, hey, come on, are you kidding me? Are you pulling my leg? There is nobody there. But in reality, they can see because of there is black magic. A normal people cannot see, but they can see. There is no any illusion or delusion even. No, they can see definitely. Right? Let's go on. Number 12, sudden movement or twitching of limbs, such as arms or legs, before going to sleep. Some sickness come to them. They cannot feel well. Specifically when they are going to sleep, they have something strange regarding the physical body, something strange. Let's go. And the next one, number 13, persistent headaches and feelings nauseous after meals. Most of time, let's say they can, such a bad feeling, less or more, right? Less and more. But it exists. Feeling nauseous after having dinner, lunch, breakfast. Do you know why? Because there is something inside the body, which is called jinn. It can impact on them. It can impact on the physical body. It's because of sihr. It's because of spell. Let's go on. Number 14. Changes in livelihood, suffering, losses, going in debt. Facing the financial issue that they don't know. There is no any stability for them. Sometimes they have money, another day they have no money. Fluctuation comes to them. There is no any stability. Sometimes they are in debt, and sometimes they are good. Let's say there is no any barakat, there is no any blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal. It comes from black magic. It comes from magician. Let's go on, which is really important, Number 15, delayed marriage or rapid separation and divorce without clear cause. If somebody, does something wrong, for instance, a girl comes to me and asks me, Sayyid, there's a problem, there is a difficulty in marriage. Because of I'm right now 50 years old, but unfortunately I'm not married yet. Could you please help me? When you start talking, and after a really short conversation, you can understand. Alhamdulillah, there was a lot of proposals, but she herself rejected by her hand, by herself. Why? For no any good reason. For no any reason. There is no any black magic. It's crystal clear, right? It's crystal clear. It's obvious. But here, if I'm talking to you, if I'm explaining to you that one of these signs is, divorce, or there is no any proposal, there is some difficulty in marriage, it means with no any good reason. Day by day, we have many calling from people that they call us and say, Sayyid, we have some proposals. But finally, eventually, when we wanna, start life, something happened with no any a good reason. Something happened to us and it occurred and cancelled. How come? We don't know. Even when I ask my partner, my mate, he said, no, I don't know. But I really don't love you more. Let's cut it. What's wrong? We don't know. What's happened to you? What's the problem? We don't know. No one knows what's going on. There is a problem, right? There is an issue. It's really important. True? I'm talking about this one. There's something happening that no one can realize it. No one can understand it. From where? How come I have to cut it, right? I have to get divorced. How come? Let's go on. Number 60. Isolation from family and spouse and hatred to everyone. Such a bewitched person is not interested in participating in parties and try to be isolated, and then he really hates others. However, they try to keep themselves, right? To not show it, to not present it, to not let the others know. But in reality, they hate the others. They hate you. They hate another one. They hate even family. Let me say something really strange. Even they hate the children. He or she hates his children. We have many experience. We have many, feedbacks from people because of black magic. Let's go on. And number 17, having a feeling that there is a tumor in the abdomen, or there is something trembling inside the womb. specifically for ladies. If you feel there is something strange in your womb, you have to be really careful, especially if there is, moving inside of your body. Maybe you don't have it, alhamdulillah, and you cannot understand it right now. But if somebody is suffering from it, can understand me well, right? So if you have it, please pay attention to it. Don't neglect it. You have to be careful. It's one of the signs of bewitched person. And the next one, number 18, tension and stress in the body organs, nausea and stomach discomfort. Because of black magic, you feel some, physical problems. You have some physical problems. It can impact on your physical bodies. That's why you have a stomach ache, you have a headache, you have an earache, and so on and so forth, right? It comes from black magic, if there is an abnormal one, right? Let's go on. Number 19, being happy outside the house but arguing and fighting as soon as gets home. It's really important. As you see, somebody is like this. When they go out, they're okay, they're happy, they're really comfortable, they speak well, and have a good manner and so on. But as soon as they get home, they get upset. They cannot speak well, they are rude and so on. What's wrong with you, man? What's wrong? It's one of the signs of black magic. And the last sign that it is really important, as you know, is when a person is awake. Listen again. When a person is awake, he feels as if he's in a dreamlike state. He feels confused and suspicious. He feels such an experience, weightlessness, that he cannot understand. I'm walking on the earth, I'm walking on the water. He's not okay to understand even himself. The state is a kind of, confusing for him. It's the last sign of bewitched person. So, finally, dear brother and sister, if you see such a signs, even some of them, not all of them, if you see some of them in one's life, please be careful, and you have to know it's the sign of bewitched person. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.